Hey guys, and welcome back to World War II Solitaire board game channel and the final video on Achtung Jabo together with the designer Thomas. And we have two guys here with light wounds and light damage who are returning to base being escorted by 9QL, and we'll put them aside for now. And we have our patrol, which is going to continue through E and F.
And we have to roll to see if there's any bogey encounters on the way back. Most likely there'll be American aircraft.
What did I do with the phase marker?
Phase marker is up here.
Yeah, right, it's on the D. So we start on place 47s in position, I guess. But they're already in position.
They're already in. You could move them around in between each of these moves.
I'll leave. I think this is a good place for them to be. So we move over to E and roll for place bogeys on position.
Let's just determine if there are any bogeys.
Yeah.
So a 1 or a 2, and you're going to roll on the bogey encounters table. A 4. Nothing.
Nothing.
So we continue onward.
So do I have to roll now to see if the intelligence is correct?
You may, if you wish. You have no ammunition.
Yeah, so we'll just skip that.
There is one issue with that.
Yeah.
Which is that sometimes it may be a required target.
Yeah, so we have to.
At the rail yard at Granville Port, it's a primary target. It's a different map completely, but let's see what happens. Roll a 1 to 6.
We got
D6.
a 4.
And a 4 is, it's not a required target. It's 2 half tracks, 8 Opel Blitz trucks, 6 horse-drawn wagons, and 1 SS infantry.
Yeah, but we should roll first to see if the intelligence is correct, shouldn't we?
That is correct.
So on a roll of 4, is it correct?
The intelligence is correct.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, so that is 4 Pumas and a staff car.
I've done that wrong.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
All right, and then that means we can move on because obviously we're not, I mean, we have a staff car.
You have a staff car.
We don't want to, we have to straight.
On the other hand, that's a primary target. You're going to have all kinds of...
Okay, I think...
You've got 1 aircraft remaining in one flight with 2 straight... One guy against potentially 6 or 8 heavy flak guns at this target is not... Doesn't sound good.
Okay, I think I'll...
It's a suicide mission.
I can hear what you're saying there between the lines. I'll skip it. We'll go on to F. So we
can do it.
Yeah,
I don't think you want to do it.
I don't want to do it. I changed my mind.
The future, the safety of your men is in your hands.
Yeah, and
this is the burden of command.
And if we meet enemy bogeys, the strafing that is left is going to be required to be able to do any damage to them.
Yeah.
So I think we'll save those, even though there is a staff car over there. So we are at F, which is Jersey. Docks at Saint Helier. Okay, and we roll for the bogeys.
Roll for the bogeys. See if we have any bogeys.
And we got a 1.
Well, looks like you have bogeys. Roll a D66 and 2 colors.
2 colors. Yeah. And
the blue is the 10s.
The blue is the 10s. And we got a 34.
34. You have 1 bogey at the 4 o'clock position.
1 bogey at the 4 o'clock position. That's a +2 die roll modifier. So I am definitely gonna move top cover to engage.
1-on-1.
But I have 2, so I can use 2.
Yeah,
can I?
that's right.
Yeah. So
very good.
That's what I'm gonna
There's
do.
one problem with this.
Oh, he doesn't have ammo.
He has no ammo.
But can he still engage for some positive?
You know what happens is that the bogey is going to attack 1 or 2 P-47s if it's engaged.
Okay.
Let's just imagine if you're really unlucky. In the pile of bogey counters, you drew another ace. And I think you'd only have 1 guy exposed to that. Probably as an American plane.
Let's see that I chose the right one. Trademark yellow. There is just 1 guy left. That's Baker. Okay. So do we...
Does he have a +1? Yeah, he's a flight leader.
Yeah. Do we...
The next step is...
Identify it?
Move the bogeys to engage. Well, he's already engaged, so he can't move.
Going against each other.
Then we have sighting.
Sighting.
What do you got?
Here it is.
It's most likely it's American.
It's an ace.
Oh my God.
It's 109.
BF-109 flown by an ace.
Okay. So I get to hit first, though.
You get to hit first. That's a good piece of news. See, in the next phase, you have the top cover attacks.
Yeah.
So you roll 1 P47 attacking. You need 2d6.
2d6
and
with a +1.
You need a 12 basically, but you've got a +1.
A 12. Okay, that's not going to happen, but we got a 6. So that's a 7.
It's a no effect.
7 is no effect. Okay.
Now the Luftwaffe bogey attack is a Bf-109 ace pilot, table C3. This could be quite bad. You want an 8 or less.
We got a 6.
He's shaken.
He's shaken, okay.
You've just gotten shaken up by encountering an ace unexpectedly.
Does he break off?
He breaks off.
Okay.
That's the good news about D-Day is everybody breaks off after that first firing pass because the sky is full of American airplanes.
So he's shaken, but no damage. I'll take it. And that means we're now going to England.
And you're going to England.
All right. So let's see how we're going to do with our landing.
So what we do is we take any aircraft with heavy damage? No, none. You managed to preserve everything quite well.
We have A and B with light damage being escorted back by L.
With light wounds as well. But
yeah.
On table F1, the return back across the English Channel, that's the first thing we do. We roll 3d6.
3d6. Let's do 3 different ones. All right. Is this for each individual plane or?
For the entire formation together.
All right. And we get 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is crossing without incident, continue gameplay with table E4. Had you had P47s with heavy damage, each heavy damage one would be a -1. So,
all right, so
if you're coming back after taking a lot of damage, crossing back over the English Channel, you're
going to be a lucrative target for enemies.
Yeah, it's not so much a target for enemies. It's you might lose an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it crashes out, serious engine problems, whatever.
Yeah.
From all the damage it took. Surviving the return flight. You've got nobody with a serious wound, so we don't have to roll on table F2, which is a survival. We skip that. We're landing at Bistern.
Yeah.
Bistern ALG, Advanced Landing Ground.
Oops.
So this is 2d6.
2d6. I want a high number, I assume.
You want anything above a 4.
And we got a 9.
Congratulations. And again, we'd have DRMs applying with heavy damage.
So we have landed successfully.
Congratulations.
Do we roll for the wounds, light wounds?
The light wounds, they're going to be out of action for a d6 day each.
Okay, so let's roll for A first, which is yours truly, and he's going to be gone for 4 days. And B for 1 day. And L just escorted them, so he's not going to...
Just the escort.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. And you would obviously note that on, I guess, your... aircraft inventory or your roster?
Now, in the aircraft inventory, you would pencil in the light damage for the aircraft. It's going to be unavailable to fly for the rest of the day.
Yep.
By tomorrow, it'll be back in shape to fly. They just patch up a few holes with some aluminum, and they're ready to go. And the pilots, you would mark on the pilot roster. You should, in fact, mark it. Go ahead and pull the pilot roster over.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how it's done.
We have this one actually, because the wounded ones are A and B. So that's going to be the CO and the GPCO, the deputy.
So what you're going to do is the CO is
4 days.
4 days. So you write LW.
In this one?
Yep. And then draw a vertical line.
I don't know what's wrong with your pens, but it's not working.
Take the other one.
We do the third pen.
Always prepared. We have 3 pens here.
LW, I am guessing in 4 boxes.
Yeah, that you can do that.
So it's going to be 4 or 4 days?
4 days.
Okay, so we need to
it's, yeah,
keep going.
4 more days.
Yeah.
So right here, 1 more LW. For 4 days, actually. Normally I do a line.
But I mean, it's now 1, 2, so that's just 2 days.
So I would show you how I would do it.
Yeah.
Is I would draw a line. So let's look, 4 days is going to be right down here to the 11th, right?
Yeah.
So I would just draw a line like this.
Okay, makes sense.
All the way down from the light wound.
Perfect. And then we have this guy 1 day, so he's going to be...
He's going to be through to this
back on the...
So you'd write an LW there.
LW. All right. And then we have to calculate our victory points, don't we?
Yes.
Yes.
And the victory points are, we've got a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And here's your victory point tracker, you've destroyed so much that you may be filling the space.
But we only destroy targets at the rail yard at Villedieu-le-Peul.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this. We destroyed 2 flak wagons.
2 flak wagons.
And that's going to be, let's see, where's
25 each. So you can just write flak wagons. 50.
50. And then we have 4 Stugs, and they were at 30 or something.
4 Stugs are up here, 30 each.
Stugs, 30 each, so that's 120. Totally.
Yep.
Yep.
And you had the
2 armored cars, that's 16.
Each.
I'll just write Pumas. And then we have 2 infantry, so that's 50, isn't it?
Infantry is worth 25 each, so that's 50 total.
And then we had 4 rail cars. So
these are 20 each.
So that's 80. And finally, we had a bunch of trucks.
8 Opel Blitz trucks, but you left 2 undamaged.
So 6. And what's the VP on them? 5. So that's 30 VP. Do we get any VP for a flak?
We do. If you look under the flak, you see 8.8 centimeter flak 36. So these are the 88s, 10 each.
So we get 40.
And now we just add that up.
Okay, so we have 170. 220, 300, 370, 386.
Looks right to me.
So do we have any
386?
Do we have any minus for anything?
We did not have any required targets, so we do not have any minuses for passing over a required target without attacking it. So there's no minuses.
And the condition is you need to not only pass, but you need to score at least 25 VP.
If it's a required target, you've got to score at least 25 VP with 1 firing pass. Now that can be just 1 flight attacking, of course.
How much VP would you lose if you would not do
50.
This? 50, okay. So if that would have happened, we would have had 336 VP.
Yeah.
Is there any way to determine if this is a good VP? Like, do you have a...
Yeah, in the campaign outcome, the numbers of VPs that you need to score exemplary is something like 2,000.
Yeah, so we're on a good way.
So you're on the way.
Yeah.
Of course, in the campaign outcome, you've got 4 flights. You've got 2 patrols in the morning and 2 afternoon patrols that you're doing. So you're at 386. If you were to perform at the same level 4 times that, you would be in excellent performance. Yeah. And you would probably not be reassigned to the Pentagon.
That sounds like a good thing. All right.
I'd say you did pretty well.
Yeah.
To recap, you had a very unfortunate start of the day after takeoff. You assembled as the formation was assembling for the attack, 2 planes collided. Not your fault, so it doesn't affect your VP. Of course, it does affect overall.
The damage I can do in the mission.
Yeah, and now in the next and future missions, you're down 2 pilots and you're down 2 aircraft. Both those pilots survived, but they can't fly the rest of the day today. And but you have 2 less aircraft, so the formation. The squadron only has 14. It's already flown in the morning patrol. It has to fly the afternoon patrol as well. And then if you continue with the extended campaign game, you've got 11 days of this. Yeah. And you can have anywhere from 0 to 3 missions in a day, or 0 to 2 missions in a day. So it can be pretty rough. But those missions are a primary and a secondary target. Yeah. You have to attack the primary. And your secondary is optional. So if you have enough, you would attack it. So as you can see, you could end up with 2 missions to fly with a primary and a secondary of each, and suddenly you're back to 2 formations. But from here on out, after D-Day, you're going to be flying a lot of aircraft, but you're probably going to be managing your flights carefully. You've got some wounded pilots and some aircraft in repair, so you won't be able to fly as many, and you'll want to stand down. Shaken pilots recover the next day. You've got one guy that was shaken here. Overall, you've done an extremely good job. I think you should be very pleased with your outcome.
I am. So in the finished game, Are you gonna have to take 3 squadrons, or can you do like we did now and just choose to go with 1 squadron?
You can play this game as you wish. If you want to play the full campaign game, you would want to fly all 4 patrols on D-Day.
Yeah.
But you could just simply decide to attack 1 primary target.
Yeah,
because that's your game day.
Because I
15,
imagine
20 minutes, 30 minutes.
If you sit down to play and, for example, you have something planned in the weekend, so I only have Friday to play, so I might just want to finish up. So that way I might just want to use, like we did now, 1 squadron and go on the D-Day noon and just be finished with that. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could fly 1 of the 2 noon patrols or 1 of the 2 afternoon patrols, or you could fly 2 of the patrols, or you could fly all 4 of the patrols, the afternoon 2 and the morning 2, or the noontime 2. And you can actually attack 1 primary target or 2 primary targets. You may have 2 or 3 that are required. So you may have more gameplay depending on what's assigned. So every time you play this game, it's going to be different.
Yep.
And one of the advantages of this is that even if you're flying on the same map in the same general target areas, your experience at every target area is going to be dramatically different from the other target areas. And the targets that you're going to find there, this target area D, Villedieu-les-Peuls, had an awful lot of Germans at it.
Yeah, and they were all bunched up. They were all bunched up.
Now, they had heavy flak to defend them, but you took care of that.
Yeah, fired my rockets.
We have a couple flak rounds got shot fired off, which was quite good. And then you only had the 2 flak 2 flak wagons for light flak defense, which is pretty light.
Yeah, I took care of them too.
Took care of them too. So then it was just coming back around and around to strafe the target until everything was done.
So do we have an estimated release date for this game?
I've been saying for the last 4 months that I'll have it done in a week.
Are we getting closer to that week? Or?
We're getting much closer.
Yeah.
I think it probably reasonably sometime within June.
All right, and that's going to be off Amazon?
It'll be on Amazon as a war game book, and it'll also have a box set from Blue Panther, which will have very high quality counters. There's a lot of game counters in this set, so it really does kind of require the box set. Also, we have an announcement to make with regard to the box sets from Blue Panther. We're going to provide the box set along with the book that you would normally buy at Amazon. Together in the box all at once at a discount.
Yeah.
So the combined cost of getting both. Now you can just play it straight out of the book. So if you want to go cheap, make your own counters, you can play it straight out of the book. The good news is Greg Amos, who's done phenomenal vassal modules, is doing a vassal module for this. And a lot of the players have messaged me in the past that they love his vassal modules and they buy the book. And they play entirely online. They never print out a map, never print out a counter. It's print and play is now play online as well.
Yeah.
And he's going to do one as well for this.
So you have a few options on how you want to do it, but you can't do it just print and play.
You can do it just print and play straight out of the book.
But can you buy also the book as a PDF?
The book is not a PDF.
No. You can only buy the book, so you don't have like a war game mold PDF version.
Right.
No.
And since everything is in color in the books as well, if you were to try to print out 114, 115 pages in color, it's going to be more costly than buying the book.
So we got Amazon, we got Blue Panther, and then we got
online with
the Vassal, which requires the book from Amazon. Yeah. So there's a few options that you can choose depending on how you want to play it.
Yeah, exactly. So it can be made as affordable as you want, or you can spice it up, and there's a lot of flexibility also in how much you want to spend to play it.
Yeah.
But the price point on this book will probably be around $32.
So I gotta say my favorite moment has been the flak. I think that design is very clever. I also like when the boogies come. Have you ever played On a Wing and a Prayer?
No, I've never played that.
On a Wing and a Prayer by... now I can't remember the designer's name, but the way the interception is made, you have B-17 formations with escorts, and the combat is kind of similar. I think it's kind of fun, yeah. But with yours, you have the, which I've never seen before, a friendly can comes to you and you can shoot them down. So that's a very interesting element.
Congratulations on scoring a kill.
Yeah, thank you. A
your pilot
kill.
is celebrating, and then in the debriefing, they're going to be looking at the gun camera
footage. Hey, where is Mark?
And saying, hey, hold on, that's a P-51 you shot down.
Not good. Well, an interesting moment, but to be honest, yeah, it kind of hurt. It didn't feel good. Definitely did not.
Yeah, well, he bailed out, and he was
ended up in the hands of Gestapo. So I don't know if that's better than dying.
It's hard to know what happened to him, but the G2 intelligence officer wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
So the game's got a lot of narrative content to it, and I think you'll find that no games are going to be alike. And no stories will be alike, and the burden of command is on your shoulders.
Yeah.
The decisions you make, how you organize your flights, how you organize the firing passes at the target, the variations on whether it's got light flak, heavy flak, how much heavy flak. You might end up facing 8 heavy flak guns, and that can get pretty tight. And you're going to take a lot of damage in going after that target. So how you do it is going to really, really affect how well you perform at each target. So the leadership is in your hands.
Did we miss any VP? Because didn't we damage
That's right. We no, they were damaged, so we get 10 points. Well, no, he was an ace that was damaged.
Yeah,
wasn't
that's 20.
So you have 20 points.
So we go from 386 to 406. That's pretty good.
Congratulations.
Yes,
we forgot about that. And yeah, there's our radio relay flight. He also flies home.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you very much. No, so I think if I would play it on my own, I would probably have this at hand, so I could mark directly on that one with one of these, because you have these kind of ones that you can also erase, so then you can reuse this. So I would probably just mark the kills as I go.
Yeah, put little hash marks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, really smart.
All right. Well, Thomas, thank you so much for showing us your new game. Looking forward to seeing it released, and also looking forward to your new coming games. I watched one PDF from one of your games, and I saw the upcoming games, and it's like a lot of titles. It's like 10 titles or something. You got an 82nd Airborne.
Going on, yeah.
So that 82nd Airborne, is that going to be...
Lafayette is being slowly developed. We're really taking a lot of attention to the detail in that.
Yeah.
Very, very simplified but effective gaming system. I'm calling it Chaos.
Yeah.
Command Headquarters Action Sequence.
Awesome.
And because what happens is that as you move your pieces, you decide, it's solo, of course, solitaire. You decide where they're going to move by placing arrows on the map. Then the enemy moves.
Okay.
Based on your positions and dice rolls and tables.
Yeah.
And it's not very predictable. And so you might end up moving into an ambush. You might end up moving into an empty sector. You might end up moving to attack and the enemy has moved out. There's all kinds of things like that. So it's got a lot of interesting gameplay, but it's very simple to play.
And that game has some tanks, right?
That game has tanks.
Okay.
At the end, the final day of the Lafayette battle, the Sherman tanks arrive.
Okay, that sounds awesome. All right, well, that's where we're gonna end it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, let us know, give us some feedback. What do you think about Achtung Jabo? Do you think it seems like a cool game, and do you think I did a good job? I scored 406 VP, but I did shoot down one friendly, so that's kind of sad. And there's no VP for that adjustment.
No, you don't get VP for shooting down
but I don't
friendly.
lose any, so... All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out the video description. I'll post a link to Thomas' own channel, Historic Wings, which you showcase some of your games. And there's also some cool informational videos on different air warfare topics, correct?
Yeah, I've been doing aviation history since 1997, and I launched a video channel 2 or 3 years ago. I haven't been publishing that many videos. There's probably 25 or 30 videos there. And but please do subscribe and click like on my videos as well.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.
See you.